Welcome to the official Owen Talk Sports World Cup bracket prediction and just World Cup predictions in general for the 2026 World Cup. We are one day away from the start of the World Cup. As of the time I'm recording this, we're about 24 hours away from the start of the World Cup. And I am so excited for this tournament to begin. So much anticipation, so much hype. It's in my home country. It's also in the US and Mexico, but so cool to have World Cup in Canada. Can't wait to support Canada, watch Canada, and hope to have a fun tournament. But that's not important. We're here to focus on the entirety of the tournament and not just one team. So let's get into the predictions. Starting off, Group A, Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and the Czech Republic. This is an interesting group. I think there's three teams who are pretty similar in quality, and then you have South Africa. I do think South Africa will finish last in this group. It just depends on who I think is going to finish first. I think it will be Mexico. They're the home team in the group. They have the home field advantage. It's very hard to beat them in Mexico as someone who is like just played them in CONCACAF before. Canada, well, I haven't played them myself, but as Canada who have played them before in CONCACAF in Mexico, it is extremely hard to get a result in Mexico. In fact, in 2021, when Canada did get one in World Cup qualifying, I was stunned. But Mexico, they're going to be a tough opponent here in this group, and I do think they'll top it. I'm going to have Czechia second, South Korea third. I think Czechia have some fun talent. Patrick Schick's obviously good. Kufal and uh, Suchek. There's some fun names. I like Matej Kovar, former United goalie. I think he'll do very well for Czechia. I do have South Korea in third, but I do think South Korea could very easily get out of this group as well, and South Africa in fourth. Group B, this is Canada's group. This is a group I'll be watching the most. I mean, I'll be watching almost every game, but have my eye on Group B. I think Switzerland tops it. I think Switzerland's the best team. They always show up at these tournaments and are definitely capable of some upsets. I don't think Switzerland winning this group would be an upset. I do think they're the favorites. I'm going to put Canada second, Bosnia third. Once again, I do think Bosnia could get out of the group. I think Canada, they'll get a result against Bosnia. It's the first game, it's at home. 30 some odd thousand Canadian fans roaring. Yes, there'll be a few Bosnian fans in there, but it will be a Canadian heavy crowd. Qatar, I just don't think has a shot in this group. I think they'll lose all three games, and it will be a rough World Cup like their home World Cup in 2022. Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland. This is where we have my first upset of the World Cup. I think Morocco tops the group. I have a funny feeling Morocco's going to somehow win this group. They have good fullbacks. Bono was like the goalie at the 2022 World Cup alongside Emi Martinez. I think they have some nice attackers. I just think they're overall well built team, and I think Morocco can pull off an upset here. Brazil second, Scotland third, Haiti fourth. Brazil, I think Brazil. I don't know. I just don't have much confidence in Brazil. It's been a while since Brazil's been these top dogs. They've been really weak in the past. As for Scotland, uh, I like Scotland. I think they'll do well at the World Cup. I think they'll get out of the group, but I just think they've been given a hard draw. And then Haiti have been given an even harder draw because they have to play Scotland. And then Morocco and Brazil. I think Haiti could be putting up some historically bad numbers at this World Cup, unfortunately. Group D, the USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. I think Turkey tops the group. I think they're the best team in the group. I like their young players in like Guler, Yildiz, Chan Uzun. I think they'll definitely give the United States some threats, who I do have in second. The United States, unfortunately, I don't think will top the group as they have never beaten a European team before in this tournament. Or actually, not in this tournament. That is just a completely incorrect statement. I mean, under Pochettino, they have never beaten a European team. I think it's going to stay the same. I do think Turkey will get the result against them, but they'll beat Paraguay and Australia. I think Australia will beat Paraguay. Don't know how they'll do against Turkey, but I do think Australia will get third. We'll have to see if I think they can get out of the group. So on to the second row, we have Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Germany first. I'm not big on Germany. I think they won't go as far in this tournament. I think they will get out of the group, which has been a struggle for them lately, but that's about the most I see them doing. I do have Ivory Coast second in this group. I really like the Ivory Coast. They got my boy Ahmad. Jan Diomande is a fun talent. They've just been consistently really good in Africa the past couple of years. Did win a AFCON a few times ago. I think not the most recent one, but the one before that. I think they did win. Ecuador in third. I like some of the pieces they have in, I believe Caicedo and William Pacho are from Ecuador. Some nice pieces there. We'll see if it's enough to get them out of the group stage. Curacao fourth, like Katie. Just think they're going to have a historically bad World Cup. I just don't see a world where Curacao does much damage in this World Cup. Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Tunisia, once again, it's just going to be a lot of chalk in the group stages. That's what happens when there's 48 teams. There's a clear cut worst team in each group now. There's no group where there's 4 extremely elite teams and no one knows what's going to happen. Every group has at least one team where you can be pretty sure they're probably not going to make it out. Tunisia is that team in this group. As for Sweden, Japan, and the Netherlands, it's hard to say who I think's gonna. No, it's easy to say Netherlands are gonna win. Japan, Sweden, it's hard to see who I think's gonna come second and third. I think whoever gets third will come out. I'm gonna go Japan second just because they've been like more consistent in the World Cup, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Sweden getting second, Japan third. I do think again Sweden will make it out of the groups though. Belgium, Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. This is a very interesting group outside of Belgium. Belgium will easily top this group after the disastrous 2022 World Cup, where they were in a group of death with Croatia and Morocco, and the best team in that group, Canada, obviously, who only scored 2 goals, one of which being an own goal. But that's not the more important point. Canada finally got a goal at the last World Cup. But enough about Canada. Belgium, I do think, will top this group. I don't think there's a world where they won't. Egypt, Iran is the interesting matchup here. New Zealand, once again, chalk World Cup. They're going to get fourth. I think Egypt's second, Iran third. I think Egypt, I just like Marmoush and Salah enough to where that's a bit too much power for Iran. Not to say Iran couldn't easily get second in this group. I just think Egypt has enough star power to get second and to move on straight from the group. Iran third, where they will probably be one of the 8 third place finishers. Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. Easy, Spain. My only upset here is I think Cape Verde gets in over Saudi Arabia. I don't know why. Like, it's just a gut feeling. I think Cape Verde gets out of the group ahead of Saudi Arabia. Can't tell you much about Cape Verde and their squad. Just some weird feeling. Saudi Arabia, I know they've had their upsets before at the World Cup. I don't think it's going to be similar at this one. Spain will top the group. They've been pretty good in the world past couple of events, including the Euros and whatnot. Uruguay, yeah, I just think they'll get out of the group. I'm not huge on Uruguay, and I don't think it'll be a long tournament for them. I just think they got a favorable group. So, yeah, I mean, Uruguay on to the round of 32 for you, and we'll have to see. I'm not sure if I'm going to put Cape Verde straight through. I'll have to see who I have in third place. France, Senegal, Iraq, Norway. I'm going to go France first, Norway second, Senegal third, Iraq fourth. France, easily top nation, top dogs. They're for sure going to get first. They are probably the favorites to win this entire tournament in my eyes. Will I have them winning? Who knows? The favorites usually don't even win. We'll have to see if they will. Norway second. I just like Norway's squad. I've liked some of the results they've gotten in the friendly games. I would like to see a bit more out of Holland for Norway in these couple of games. I think he will have a huge tournament, but it's been I haven't really noticed him in their friendlies. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I do think they got a result against Morocco. So that's a good result, I think, for Norway, and telling me they'll have a good World Cup. Senegal, I think they're easily probably the best third place team I've had so far. They're easily going to get out of the group. No real shame there. And then Iraq, unfortunately, we're given a group of death. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Jordan in Group J. Argentina easily first, defending champions. Will I have them winning again? Probably not. I can say for certain right now I don't think I will have Argentina winning. Obviously, we do need to go through the rest of the group stage. Algeria, Austria, Jordan. I'm going to put Austria second, Algeria third, Jordan fourth. I like Algeria. I just prefer the European teams. I think Austria has a solid defense. They added an attacker recently who I think is going to help their attack produce some results. Also, Marcel Sabitzer is a dog, former United loanee. good player. I just think Austria has enough talent to get second, Algeria third. Once again, not sure on Algeria being a good third place team. We'll have to see once we get there. Group K, Portugal, DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. I think this is my second real upset pick. I'm gonna have Colombia top in the group. I like Luis Diaz. I like James Rodriguez always shows up for Colombia. No real shocker there. They have some nice defenders. Wait, no, Ecuador is the team who had Tincapi. Don't regard my last point. They're the defenders. But I think Colombia, they're just a fun team. They were really good at 2024 Copa America, and I just want to upset. I think they'll get tops. Portugal second. DR Congo, Uzbekistan is a tough matchup because I'm higher on Uzbekistan than probably the normal world sentiment. I also think DR Congo is a very good country, but I think this is going to bite me in the ass. I'm going to put Uzbekistan through in third place. We'll have to see the third place teams if I do have them advancing. I think Uzbekistan gets third. I think DR Congo gets fourth. I think Uzbekistan is not that bad of a nation. I watched them against Canada. They had chances. The pitch was just terrible. It was a terrible pitch, and the game is really hard to judge. They almost put off a result against the Netherlands. Like, this is a solid team. I'm going to pick Uzbekistan third, DR Congo fourth. This group, I think, outside of Group I, actually kind of thinks a bit of a group of death. I think DR Congo is a very underrated nation as well, and I think they could easily get third or maybe even a bit higher. I just am going to put Uzbekistan third and give Uzbekistan a chance to get out of the group. Final group here before going to the third place teams: England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. England first. England first. Yeah, that's easy. Croatia second and Ghana third. Oh, when I can't really talk about that. We can go back quickly here. Yeah, England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. I just think England's the best team in this group easily. Croatia is also a solid team and could give them a fight for their money or run for their money. Ghana, I think, is another solid nation, but they're without Mohamed Kudus. I don't know if it'll be successful World Cup for Ghana. Panama just were given a hard group and not much to say there. So, third place teams. I have to select 8 of these. We'll start with who I think the best is. Senegal. I think they'll make it through. I think Scotland will make it through. Ecuador, I'm going to say, is going to make it through. Sweden. I think Sweden's going to make it through. I'm going to eliminate Cape Verde. I don't think they'll make it through. I'm going to put South Korea through, so that's 5. I mean, I said it. I think they're an underdog, underrated team. I'm putting Uzbekistan through. I think Uzbekistan, they're going to get a result. They're a really underrated team who are going to show the world Uzbekistan soccer or football, however you want to say it, is not that bad. This could be my terrible prediction of the World Cup, but I'm banking on Uzbekistan to get out of the group. I'm going to go Algeria. As for Bosnia, I like Bosnia, and I probably should be putting them through. I just think they're going to lose to Switzerland. I think Canada's going to get a result against them. They need to batter Qatar. That's the result. They need to batter Qatar for me to get them through. I just don't see it. There's going to be a couple big nations getting knocked out here. Either Iran, Australia, Bosnia, Ghana, or I think Cape Verde easy. I'm going to eliminate Bosnia. It's such a bold prediction. I think Bosnia is a good team. I'm just gonna eliminate them. It's a crazy bold prediction for me, but I'm gonna eliminate. I gotta put Ghana through. I have to put Ghana through. I'm sorry. I want to put Iran through. Know what? Gone. They play. No, actually, no. I'm putting Iran through. They have They have a more favorable draw than Ghana. I'm putting Iran through. They have a much more favorable group than Ghana does. So Iran, you're in to round 32. On to our round of 32 predictions. Starting off with Germany, Scotland. This is an interesting matchup. I like Scotland a lot, and I don't really like Germany, but I don't not like Germany enough to say Scotland's going to beat them. They played at the Euros. Scotland got battered. I do think Scotland is a bit better now than they were at that Euros, but I do still think Germany has enough to get by them. France, Sweden's a no-brainer. France is going to win that game. Czechia, Canada. That's such an interesting matchup. Ooh. I'm in Los Angeles. Oh, not in Canada. Boo-hoo. Ah. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be biased. I'm putting Canada to the round of 16. I think we could beat Czechia. I'm scared of who the next matchup is. I think we could beat Czechia. Like I like the Czechs. I think they're a very underrated team. I think Canada has some underrated talent, and they'll get it done against the Czechs and move on to the round of 16 to play either the Netherlands, oh lord, or Brazil. Oh my, this is a banger matchup. Oh boy. Oh boy. I predicted myself a banger matchup here in Netherlands, Brazil. This is a good matchup. This is a very good matchup. Brazil's a World Cup, but I'm so high on the Netherlands. But Brazil is such an historic team. I can't not pick Brazil here, but I can't not pick Netherlands. This is such a good matchup. I'm gonna be bold. I'm going to say Brazil wins this game. I like both teams' defense. Like the Netherlands, I think have the best defense in the tournament, but I like Brazil's. I'm not like huge on their fullbacks. I like Gabriel and Marquinhos as a center back duo. I think they're one of the best duos in the tournament. I like Brazil's goaltending more. Their midfield, I think the Netherlands actually has the better midfield, but I'm a huge Casemiro fan. Bruno Guimaraes. They just added Ederson to the roster. A future United player. We'll have a video once that's officially confirmed by United on the Ederson signing. And I just think the Netherlands have the better, or Brazil have the better attack. I wouldn't. This is such a tough matchup. I didn't know I was putting myself in. That I think the Netherlands could easily win this game. I'm going to take Brazil. I'm going to take Brazil. That's such a great round of 32 matchup. Terrible if you're either. Sorry for the voice cracks. It's a terrible matchup if you're either of these countries. Match 76, Morocco, Japan. Ooh, I don't mind this matchup. I think these are two solid teams. I am taking Morocco, unfortunately, for Japan. Tough draw. I'm high on Morocco. I think they're going to have a great tournament. They'll be playing either the Ivory Coast or Norway. Ooh, this is another banger. I think I like the Ivory Coast in this matchup. I like them in this matchup. I think Norway's a good country. I like the Ivory Coast as well. I like the Ivory Coast's wingers. I mean, Norway has the striker battle. I just don't like Norway's defense, and I think Ivory Coast, their attack will be able to do more against Norway's defense than Norway will do against Ivory Coast's defense. It's a very good matchup. It's like extremely good, but I think the Ivory Coast is going to take it. I'm going to be biased for Ahmad. I'm going to be biased towards my boy. All right, Mexico. Oh, in Mexico City, Mexico, Ecuador. The moment I saw it was in Mexico City, that one I'm not so certain in. Mexico versus Ecuador in Mexico City. I'm taking Mexico. I think Mexico's going to win this match pretty easily. So unfortunate for Ecuador. I think they're a really good team, really underrated. I honestly think they could easily beat Mexico. It's in Mexico City. I don't think they're a good enough country to where they will be able to beat Mexico in Mexico City. Where it's England versus Uzbekistan. Oh boy. I was riding the Uzbekistan train. I can't go that far. This is going to be England quite easily to win in Atlanta. England to the round of 16. Oh my god, to play Mexico in Mexico City. Ooh, that's going to be a good one as well. We'll get on to in the future, but England, Uzbekistan, not much to say here. England should quite easily beat Uzbekistan. Portugal versus Croatia in Toronto. Ooh, good matchup. Good matchup. Yeah, Portugal wins that. I like Croatia. Think they have a shot at potentially winning this game, but Portugal, they're the favorites. They got Bruno, Ronaldo, Vitinha, João Neves. They have the best midfield. Portugal is a team I do think could easily win this tournament. As for Spain, Austria, ooh, this is going to set up a Portugal-Spain game because I'm going to have Spain winning this game. That's going to be a very fun matchup. That's going to be a very spicy, fun matchup. Yamal will be back. Ooh. Good game there. Spain to beat Austria quite easily. Turkey, Algeria, that's a fun matchup. I'm gonna predict Turkey. I'm going to predict the Turkish to win that game. I like Algeria, but not enough, and I'm not fully invested in them. I do know quite a few Turkish players. They'll be playing either Belgium or South Korea. Wasn't this a matchup at a World Cup? I swear this was a matchup at a World. I might be losing it. I do think Belgium will beat South Korea there quite easily. Honestly, I don't think South Korea has enough to beat the Belgians. On to match 86 in Miami, Argentina, Uruguay. Ooh, this is a good one. I do think Argentina is going to win this. I'm not huge on Uruguay. That like Bentancur Ugarte pivot just scares the heck out of me. Not a huge fan of their attack. I just don't. I'm not in love with this Uruguay team. Argentina, I don't know if they're going to win it, but I trust their team more than Uruguay. And then we get the United States versus Egypt. Yeah, the US is winning this game. Yeah, quite easily. The United States are going to win that game. Again, I like Salah. I like Marmoush. They could probably run through that US defense, don't get me wrong. But USA could probably run through the Egyptian defense as well. Would be a fun one. I'm going to take the United States. Switzerland, Iran. I did put Iran through. I do think Switzerland wins that game. I think it should be a fun win for the Swiss, where they will play either Colombia or Senegal. Ooh, this is a very good matchup. Ooh, I'm backing Colombia. I think Senegal is one of the best African teams and could easily win that game. I like Colombia. That's a very good matchup. I'm trying to think. Can I go back? I'm trying to think. I do kind of want to go back to that one and think on it some more. You know what? The more I think it, but like Senegal, they have Mane, but he's really old. They are my AFCON winners. I don't care what the thing decided. Senegal won AFCON. They were robbed. If they've been robbed of that. I mean, James is old, hasn't been playing consistently enough up in front of this World Cup. They do have the best player in this matchup in Luis Diaz, who's kind of like Mane's replacement at Liverpool, then Mane's replacement at Bayern. Not really, but kind of. I wouldn't be shocked to say Senegal wins this game. I'm gonna stick with my original gut feeling of Colombia, but I would not be shocked seeing Senegal win that game. All right, round of 16, Germany, France. This is where an easy prediction comes true. I don't think Germany's going far. France to beat them. Canada, Brazil, and Houston. Oh boy. This could be a very ugly game for Canada. It could also be a very interesting game. Carlo Ancelotti married someone from Canada. Could he be a future Canada coach? Maybe, but no. Yeah, unfortunately for Canada, I think this is where our tournament comes to an end. We're not beating Brazil. Brazil, again, they've been inconsistent recently, but I'd be crazy in saying we're gonna beat Brazil. It'd be me being biased. Morocco, Ivory Coast. This is a very, very good game in my eyes. I'm gonna go with. I could see this going either way. I think Ivory Coast is a very good team in Africa. Morocco is probably talent wise the best team. Ooh, I mean, I don't want to be biased towards Ahmad in them, but at the same time, I have a weird feeling that Ivory Coast wins this game. I'm gonna be rational. The Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken, usually fumble some of these games, the World Cup. Give me Morocco. Give me Morocco to win this game. I'm not gonna be crazy and put the Ivory Coast in the quarterfinals. Mexico, England, and Mexico City. As much as I've been riding this Mexico doesn't lose in Mexico train, you're playing one of the best teams in the tournament in England. I think England gets through. I think, again, could Mexico win this game? Maybe, but I'm not going to predict them to win this game. England to go in to the World Cup quarterfinal to play Morocco. Should be a fun one. Portugal, Spain. Oh boy. I am high on Portugal. No, not well. I mean, I put them second, so no, I'm not high on Portugal. But I do think Portugal could do very well at this World Cup. This is a team I think will give them fits. And I think this is the only way Portugal's going to be an somewhat early exit. I think Spain beats them. I want to see Portugal have a good run for Bruno, not for Ronaldo, to be honest. I just don't think it's going to happen against Spain. Spain to beat Portugal. Spain to go to the World Cup uh quarterfinal. It'll be playing either Turkey or Belgium. I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking Turkey. I'm not a fan of Belgium. I think Belgium's gonna flop at some point in this tournament. I think it's gonna be that game against Turkey. They've been given a cakewalk to this point so far. This is where they get tested. I think the Turkish beat Belgium and find themselves in a World Cup quarterfinal against Spain. Next up, we have Argentina versus the United States. This is going to be ugly. Argentina's going to score like 4 or 5 past them. This game would not be close. The United States, there's not much to say. Argentina easily beats the United States. Messi scores like 5 goals. No. Messi scores a couple goals. Julian Alvarez scores a couple goals. Argentina batters the United States. They're into the World Cup quarterfinal. And then we get Switzerland, Colombia. I'm going to stick on a Colombia train. I like Switzerland, but I don't like them enough to put them in the World Cup quarterfinal over Colombia. I think Colombia will get to the World Cup quarterfinal and they'll play Argentina. We'll get an all South American battle there in Kansas City. So it's time to predict the quarterfinals, semifinals, third place match, and the finals. Should be some fun games here. France-Brazil is a very interesting matchup. I've been honestly kind of underrating Brazil, or not. I've been on the Brazil's a bit underrated train, is the way I'll phrase it. I think this is where this ends. I do think France will get it back to the semifinals. Spain, Turkey. Sorry, Turkey. I don't think you have a chance against Spain. I like your young talent, but Spain is where you'll end your tournament. Morocco, England. I really do like Morocco, but lads, it's coming home. England to the World Cup semifinal against either Argentina or Colombia. I just got to put Argentina in the World Cup semifinal. Oh boy, here we go. Matchups I can like fully analyze and give thoughts on. These are 2 banger matchups. I think everyone involved would be happy if this was a World Cup semifinal. You have England, Argentina, which we all know England and Argentina got a pass from Maradona's hand of God goal. France, Spain, that should be another very interesting game. I'm going to start with the England, Argentina game. I like Argentina a lot. I do. But I said they're not going to win. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm putting England in the World Cup final. I'm going to say England to the World Cup final. I think they're going to get so close to the trophy. I don't know if they're going to win it, but I think they'll get into that result. France, Spain. Ooh, this is another tough match. I think France's attack is just so good. It depends. This depends fully on Mbappe. Because we've seen how the PSG attack works. They're not selfish. They can work in cohesive of each other. And then we have the whole Mbappe dictatorship thing. If Mbappe plays this new PSG style that they've done with Doué, Dembele, Gavicha, all those guys, Barcola, I think France wins this game. But if Mbappe tries to be the hero himself, tries to be Kylian the dictator Mbappe, as everyone jokes, I think Spain wins. And what do I think is going to happen? I don't think Mbappe is going to cooperate well. I think it's going to be England, Spain. We have a Euros rematch. France, Argentina. We have a rematch of the 2022 World Cup final in the third place game. For the third place match, I do think France is going to win it. I don't think Argentina is going to really give a crap about it. Spain, England. Oh boy. I am cheering outside of Canada for England to win the World Cup. I do hope it comes home. And I don't want to be biased when I say England has a shot at winning it. At the same time, I think Spain could very easily win it. Lamine Yamal. This all depends on Lamine Yamal and his health. Whenever Yamal plays, he's the best player on the pitch. Like, when Yamal is healthy and playing, I don't think it's too early to say he is the best player in the world. But he hasn't played in a while. We don't know how rusty he's going to be. We don't even know when he's going to play at this World Cup. Is there a chance he might play the opening game? Will it take the third place game or third group game against Uruguay? I don't know. I'm going on a limb here. I just don't want to be biased and saying England's going to win it. But at the same time, I kind of think England's going to win it. I'd be biased if I picked England. But the thing, when I just think of Spain, they have such a good midfield. But you think of the team outside of that midfield. I mean, yeah, Yamal's great in attack. He's by far one of the best attackers. But what's their striker situation like? Who's on the left? I mean, Nico Williams hasn't been that good this year. Great midfield. You go to that defense. Left back, Grimaldo or Cucurella. I mean, Cucurella is good. Right back, Carvajal's old. Most you have. Center backs are the really huge standout names. Goalie, I mean, are they going to play David Raya or are they going to play Joan Garcia? Who are they going to play in goal? David Raya or Joan Garcia should be the starter. If it's Unai Simon, like, you see where I'm coming from? I'm kind of talking Spain down in my head right now. I know I'm going to be biased. I think England wins the World Cup. I think it does come home. 60 years to the year they last won it, I think England wins the World Cup. And this is crazy because I was critical on some of the players England brought. But I like Tuchel as a coach. Harry Kane's the most informed player in the world. If they run the midfield right, it could be up there with Portugal for the best in the tournament. I'm not sold on their wingers, but I think their center back duo is good enough. The fullbacks, I think who's going to be starting, are extremely good. And I think Jordan Pickford just dominates for England whenever he shows up. So yeah, I'm going to predict England wins the World Cup. These are my 2026 World Cup predictions. I know it's a longer video, not going to be really well edited, but I just wanted to get predictions out there. We did it through a website. Yeah, can't believe that after all these predictions, I've come in my head, England's winning the World Cup. I know it's a bit biased. I just talked England up in my head, talked Spain down. This all depends on Yamal's health. If Yamal's healthy, playing like he is, it so easily could be Spain. I just think England has a shot, though. I think could be England's chance to get it done. Tommy Tuchel, we'll have to see. I mean, the game against New Zealand wasn't exactly like appetizing for me to pick this, but it is what it is. This is my predictions. Will you probably disagree? Yeah, probably. But if you don't, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think's gonna happen. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's coming home. That's my predictions. We'll have to see how they end up turning out. And when the World Cup's done, I mean, I'll react to them when they're done.